world, this is yours truly. Okay, but no, really, if you know where that's from, if you really know where that's from, let me know, because I always find that super funny whenever I hear it. But this is just a quick update. As you can tell, I'm actually extending the giveaway by I don't know, probably like another week, because there wasn't as many entries so far as I wanted it to be. There's about 20 something comments, and some of those are mine, so I haven't even actually counted how many comments there really are. But if you haven't seen that 100 sub giveaway video, go back. It's gonna be linked right here. You'll see it pop up. Yeah, go back and check that video out. Just drop a comment, sub, and like, and you're automatically entered. You don't even have to do anything else. But yeah, it's postponed till next Friday, which would be the 27th. Now back to your regularly scheduled video. That's the second part of this. There's two parts to this. There's this part and then there's another part. Bye.
If I ever told you that I loved you, I was lying to myself, girl, fuck you. I don't really trust myself with the thoughts in my head, so I thought it was me, but it was you. And now I wonder these days what you're up to. Probably out here acting like a dumb fool, blaming everybody else but your motherfucking self. But there ain't too many places you can run to. You left a mark on me, honestly, you've been haunting me. Probably cause for 10 months you constantly blamed it all on me. Every worry, every doubt in your mind would somehow find its way to turn around and be mine. Thousands of times tried to bounce but you cried, but I finally found a way out, bitch, bye. I ain't wasting my time trying to make yours better, and even when I did, you were so ungrateful. Damn, I feel so happy when I think of you, because we ain't a couple, straighten up, girl. You can hate me all because I didn't love you, but you never loved me, cause love is understanding.
Alright, so I'm back on the GoPro right now just because I kind of wanted this to incorporate a little bit of the bike footage on here, because as you've seen in the last clip, I just went out and took a couple pictures of the bike in the spot where I took pictures of my R6 at. And that's about, I think that ride from my house is like 45 minutes, so I'm like, you know what? I got up early this morning, well, it's 11:15 already, but I got up early this morning and I was just laying in bed and I was like, I really want to take some new pictures with the R1. I was like, I don't have any ending pictures of it, because you like, if you stay at the end of my videos and you actually watch the ending, like when the song kicks on and stuff, you'll see how like there's a picture of like the R6, or there's a picture of the DRZ or the STI. I try to, for picture wise, I try to incorporate at the end shot the vehicle I used for the video. So like in the last video, I used the R1 obviously, but I didn't have any pictures of it. Like I didn't have any pictures that I wanted to use of the R1. So I was like, you know what, today, maybe I should just get up and go change that. So that's what I did. I got up, took a quick little ride in the morning, and it was fun. Like this was my first like decent trip on it. 45 minutes one way, 45 minutes back. I'm already like halfway back home right now. And the one thing I'm gonna say, two things I'm gonna say actually about this bike. First thing, the seat is hard as fuck, just like the R6. And second thing is the stock exhaust is super quiet, like super quiet, to the point where there's no drone at all. Like I literally can't hear the bike at all right now. All I can hear is like the wind blowing on the outside of my helmet. Hopefully there's no wind noise this time. I know there was a little bit of wind noise in the last like moto vlog, but that's because I actually had my visor up the whole time, and right now I have it down. I noticed that when I had it down, you couldn't hear any wind, so I'm hoping that it blocks it out. But I'm just gonna head back home right now. Twinkie said he wants to do something else again today. I'm not sure what we're gonna end up doing. Maybe we'll end up bowling or something, I don't know. And then Swave hit me up this morning when I was taking pictures. He's like, are you home? I'm like, no, I'm not taking pictures. Why? He's like, oh, I got the Call of Duty beta. I was like, wow, he told me he wasn't gonna get it, and then he ended up getting it. And so hopefully he wants to play when I get back home. Maybe I'll play for a little bit until Twinkie hits me up again and says, hey, let's go do this. Or Swave hits me up and says, hey, let's go do this. But I'm just gonna probably kill some time with some Call of Duty when I get home. Me and Twinkie were just cleaning house yesterday at round 1. Like, we just kept winning. Like, we never realized how easy those little boxes that you gotta pick up, we never realized how easy that was because we never tried them. And we're like, you know what? Twinkie's like, let's try it. He wanted to try it first. I'm like, all right, you know, let's try it. Fuck it. And he kept getting close, and he eventually got it, like third try, I think it was. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it now. Fuck it. And I tried it, and I ended up winning 3 prizes. But like I said yesterday, I ended up giving away the like 3 of those prizes that I got. But it was cool, you know. Those kids actually subbed to me, and they didn't expect anything in return. But when they did ask me for something, I was like, oh yeah, sure, take this. I didn't give away the other Dragon Ball Z figures though, because I needed to keep those for the giveaway. Obviously, you know, I couldn't let them all go. But I told Twinkie too, like, you know, we could just come back and win some more, because I didn't realize they were that easy to win. Like, damn, it didn't take much. But let me know if you guys actually don't mind me including motorcycle footage in the regular vlogs. Like, I do want to mix it in, because I want it to stay diverse and different. I don't want to stick to just one thing, you know. I don't want to stick to, oh, let me vlog this with my G7X only, you know. Like, I ride bikes. Bikes are part of my life, and my life is what I'm sharing on YouTube. So it's like, I'm hoping people don't mind it, as long as there's no like wind noise. Like, hopefully there's no wind noise right now, because I do like including this stuff, you know. Like, I do want to share my life with everyone, you know, so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. I mean, obviously I'm not going to record like the boring stuff. If I'm recording, if you see me on the bike, if you see like a camera angle on the bike, you know I'm going to be saying something, you know. Like, I have a lot of stories to tell. Like, I actually do have a lot of stories to tell. I've gone through a lot of shit, man. Like, I've experienced a lot of shit. I've seen a lot of shit that I didn't want to even see, you know. Like, but I did see. Okay, let me explain myself a little bit too in the last moto vlog. I said again, like, I'm saying this now. I'm gonna stop saying I'm gonna keep it short unless it's legit 10 minutes or less. If it's not 10 minutes or less, I'm not gonna say that, because I even told this Twinkie. Like, Twinkie knows this too very well about me, and a lot of my close friends know this too. Like, when I tell stories, I have to include the details. Like, if you don't include the details on the stories that you're telling, you're gonna like let the audience miss out on a lot, you know. So I always try to get like, I always try to include like background info and shit, because if not, you're gonna be like, well, where did that come from, you know? Maybe you're lying. I'm like, no, dude, like, trust me. Like, when I go into my stories, I go into like full-blown details, because I feel like it makes stories that much better too, you know. It's like, you got to be able to explain everything. And that's me. Like, I talk a lot already as it is. I mean, you guys can tell. Like, people that watch my videos know how much I can talk. People that know me in real life know how much I can talk. So I'm like, when I tell my stories, you better have some time, because you're gonna get every single detail. And then most people, like, when I'm telling most people stories in person, they tend to have questions, you know. So, and that sometimes those questions will lead them to answers that involve a different story. So I'll have to backtrack a little bit, like tell that story where that question's answer came from, and then go back to the original story and continue, you know. It's like, I'm telling you, like, I've gone through a lot of shit already, and then I just have a lot of stories I could share for days and days and days. But I'd rather just include some actual activities besides just me blabbing on and on and on and on. And by the way, I hope everyone's not sick of the round one footage. I mean, we've gone to round one a decent amount, but me and Twinkie, we were talking about this. We haven't gone to round one together in like a month. Like, yesterday was the first time we've gone in like a month, probably. I'm pretty sure. I think it's a month. I don't know. Because some of these videos I make and I don't upload them right away, which I'm pretty sure like a lot of people that make YouTube videos do. Like, you'll stack up the content and you won't necessarily like upload it right away, just so you have like a bunch of stuff built up. Because I'm still staying at my 2 videos a week. I'm still keeping it at that. I'm not going to change that until I actually have a little more free time and actually do more things besides just ride around and tell you guys stories. Unless you guys like the stories. I mean, if you do like the stories I tell, just let me know down below, and I'll keep telling them. I'm telling you, I got plenty of shit to talk about. So, oh man, this guy's like, shit, partly in the other lane. What are you doing, dog? But yeah, I can keep talking and talking and talking. Trust me. Storytelling never gets old to me. I just love to talk. I don't know. I got a lot to say. I always have a lot on my mind. And I think that's part of the way. I think that's part of the reason why I'm such an insomniac and suck at sleeping. It's like my mind doesn't stop. Like, you could try as much as you want to stop it, but it's hard. Oh man, someone's coming. fun. That wasn't full throttle either, by the way. And in case you're wondering, yes, I've already gone over 100 on this bike. I've gone full throttle a couple times, not on camera, but it's fun. I fucking love this R1 so much. And then, oh, another thing about the R1, it's really comfortable on the highway. Since it's like, it's got a little more weight to it than the R6 did. I don't feel like I get blown around like I did on the R6. Like, I'm keeping, it's decently windy. Hopefully you can't hear it, but I'm not getting blown around at all. I'm staying right where I want to be. And I feel like it's so much smoother. Like, the RPMs are lower on the highway. I mean, going 80 on the R6, I'd be around 8,000 RPMs. On the R1, I'm only like around, what, 5.5, almost 6. But either way, I do need to change this exhaust out. It's way too quiet for my taste. I'm not trying to go overkill loud. I might even just start with the slip-on just to see how much it opens it up, like volume-wise, because I don't expect performance out of a slip-on. I'm still going to keep the cat on there for now, and then maybe eventually get a mid-pipe and delete that. Now, I know I said too that I wanted that R1 Yoshi, like the one with the R1 emblem on it. Oh, but the Yoshi Alpha, I've been looking at that exhaust a lot lately, and I honestly feel like I might change my mind and get the Yoshi Alpha, because, okay, I do like the R1 Yoshi, obviously, like the R1 edition Yoshi, but that can's a little on the big side, and I feel like the Alpha is a little more sleek. It's more shaped like my my TRC that I had on the R6, and it's just sexy as fuck. So I'm probably gonna end up getting that one. All right, so here's something else that threw me off about my GoPro this morning. So, like I said, like the spot I take the pictures at is about 45 minutes from my house, right? So I get the exit, the last exit to get to the city, and I was like, all right, let me stop at this gas station real quick and put my GoPro on so I can get a little bit of, it's about, it's like 2 miles from the spot from that I stopped at. And I was like, let me put my GoPro on, you know, like I just charged it yesterday, and I charged my G7X yesterday. It should be good to go. Put my GoPro on, put my mic in, and I did that. Turned my GoPro on, but it didn't turn on. I was like, what? It was like, maybe I can't push the button, right, because it's in the housing. So took it out and turning it on again, and nothing. And I was like, how the fuck is my GoPro that I literally just charged it the day before? I was like, there's no way. Like, you know, I was tripping out a little bit. So if you have a battery tender on your bike, and you probably know they have like accessories, but for the people that don't ride, like, you could have a battery tender, which is basically a bike charger, like if your battery dies. And I have one on my bike, obviously. I had an extra one, so when I bought the R1, I installed it right away. And for my accessories I have for that, I have a USB port that plugs straight into the tender. And so I'm like, you know what? Let me just plug it into the GoPro. I have the cable. I always carry the USB cable with me for my GoPro. And I was like, you know what? Let me just plug the GoPro into my USB port, see what's going on. So I did that. And as soon as I plugged it in, it turned on right away. And I was like, okay, my battery's, no way, my battery's dead though. I unplugged it, and sure enough, it just turned right off. It was dead. So I just plugged it in and let it sit there for, I don't know, is my GoPro still even on? Yeah, okay, I'm not talking to myself. Well, I am, but I mean, I'm technically talking to you guys, even though I'm talking to myself right now. But I turned my GoPro on and it went on. I just let it charge for like 30 minutes or so, and I got 2 bars of battery out of 3, so I guess it's not too bad. But I still don't know how my battery died so fast. Like, I didn't even use it. I just charged it yesterday because I knew I was gonna take it out. I was like, you know what, let me get my GoPro charged up. And it was just weird. Like, I don't know if my battery's taking a shit or if it's my GoPro itself, because this is the Hero 4. I've had it for a long time. Maybe it's the way I charge it. I charge it on my PS4, but I charged it on my PS4 before and I never had any issues. Maybe it's the cable I use. Maybe that cable's taking a shit, because I did use a different cable this time. But it said it was charged because I did turn it on yesterday after I unplugged it and everything. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure it's 100. It was. Wow, that bumper's fucked up. And I thought it was good to go, but I was wrong. It sucked because I was like, I wanted to like show you guys the city I was in. You know, it's nice. Santa Cruz, like, I'll just say that. Santa Cruz, California. It's a nice place. I mean, a lot of people, some people love it, some people hate it. I personally like it a lot. So I was like, you know what, let me whip the GoPro out, record some footage, do a little bit of talking. And what the, oh, stop sign. But that didn't happen. So maybe next time I go out there, I'll actually have a charged GoPro. You know what, next time I go out there, I'm just gonna put my GoPro under my seat. Like, okay, so when I charge my GoPro, I put it under my rear seat. Like, I run the wire from the tender to the USB port, and to the USB port, I run the USB cable right under the passenger seat and just tuck it all in there, and it doesn't move. So I just threw the GoPro in there. So next time I go somewhere and I'm taking the bike and I'm not gonna be using the GoPro for a bit, I'm just gonna take it off and plug it in just to be safe, you know? I'm like, why should I even risk it if my GoPro's acting stupid? I could probably order another battery pretty cheap. Maybe I should just go on Amazon when I get home. Hey, you know, I'm gonna go on Amazon first, scope out the batteries, see how cheap they are, maybe get 1 or 2 of them ordered. So, because no matter what, like my GoPro, I feel like dies faster than my G7X does. I've never felt like the GoPros had like a really sufficient battery. It's always been decent, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's just never as good as the G7X was. Like okay, so the first day I used my G7X, which was that day of my life video, it died. I feel like it died pretty quick. I thought I'd get more footage out of it, but I feel like that battery died pretty quick. But after a couple of charging cycles on it, I think it's good to go now. Like, it lasts a lot longer than it did when I first bought it. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Maybe it needed a couple charging cycles, like they say, like when you buy a new phone, to like give it a charging cycle, charge it all the way, well, let it die completely, charge it all the way without unplugging it, blah 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 blah. And that's what I did with my G7X, and shit, and I feel like that battery lasts a lot longer than it did before. But my GoPro, on the other hand, I'm telling you, I think my GoPro might be taking a shit. Well, the battery might be. I was considering buying a new GoPro, actually, because I still have my old Hero 3. My Hero 3, the USB port's broken, and that's about it. That's the only thing wrong with it. So I could just get an external battery charger and use that for like different angles, like keep my Hero 4 on my helmet, so you can still see like helmet view, and I use my mic and shit, and keep the Hero 3 maybe on the back of the bike, like facing a different direction, you know? So I can still use the Hero 4's audio, but have a different view with the oh, it didn't wave back, but have a different view with the Hero 3 still, you know? Oh, because GoPro, oh, there was this offer GoPro was running. GoPro, I went on the website, you know, I forgot why I was even on the website. I was looking for something, and GoPro had this offer going. I keep checking if my battery's alive because I don't want it to die. But GoPro had a special offer going. They're like, trade in any GoPro. It doesn't matter what model it was. It could have been the first GoPro that came out. They'll give you $100. Like, for any GoPro. I was like, what? Really? Like, even if it doesn't work. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So I considered doing that. I was going to trade in my Hero 3 and my Hero 4. It's $100 per camera, so it would have been $200 in credit towards the... I was going to get a Hero Black, no, fucking Hero Black, a Hero 7 Black Edition. You know, it would have been like $200 or something, they said, if I would have traded in both those cameras. But I was like, do I really want to mail them in and wait? I kind of want to have 2 GoPros still, that way I could have different angles. So I considered trading in just the Hero 3. But that was around the time when I was gonna get ready to buy my G7X. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna drop this money on the G7X. I don't want to drop even more money on another GoPro, you know? It's like, I have a Hero 4 that works perfectly fine. I mean, it's not my main camera, so I feel comfortable using it now, you know? It's like, it's not my main thing, not my main go-to anymore. So some of the footage looks shitty. I could just chop it right out and it won't affect my video at all. Okay, it might, because it's stuff I want to include. But yeah, I didn't end up doing that. I mean, I do want to get one eventually. I've considered giving away my Hero 3 just because I honestly don't even use it, and all you need is an external charger and it'll work. The only problem with it is that you can't use an external mic with it, and that's the reason I even bought the Hero 4 in the first place, because once my USB port broke, I was like, man, I can't use my external mic anymore. Let me go buy a Hero 4. But fun fact about my Hero 4, my Hero 3. When I bought my Hero 3, I actually got it super cheap, because I actually got it when MotoGP used to come over here to my city. They came to Laguna Seca. They don't come here anymore, but when they used to come here, GoPro was always there. I'm not sure if GoPro's at Superbike event, but GoPro was always at MotoGP, and they always had all their cameras on sale too. So I got my Hero 3 Silver Edition super fucking cheap. Like, I got it, fuck, I think I got it for less than the price of the Hero 3 White Edition, aka like the little base model one. I got it even cheaper than that, like what you would buy it for in store. Because I bought it on the last day, and GoPro's like, you know what, we're having a big ass blowout right now, we're trying to clear all these cameras out. So I bought one, and one of my friends bought one, Chewy5. I'm pretty sure you bought one the same day I did. And Oh, yeah, we got them dumbass cheap. I'm pretty sure it was him that bought one, but I know we got ours really, really cheap, so I couldn't pass it up. I had wanted a GoPro for some time, and actually used that GoPro for track days when I had my Mazda Speed 3. I took that car to the track, and I used my GoPro for that, and I have the footage. I'm pretty sure I stopped. Wait, I don't think oh, I do have that footage. It's actually on my dead MacBook. I do have that footage still, though. I mean, the day I revive my MacBook is the day I'll bring out my old footage. Not completely, obviously. I'm not gonna put all that crap quality stuff out there, but I'll bring out maybe some of that track footage, you know, and just include it. But okay, enough of the story time. You guys probably heard, like, are tired of me blabbing. I'll see you guys when I bring out the G7X.
Shine.